These are all that's left. A precious few faded snapshots of 2 lives upended by terror.
How was she murdered?
Stabbed.
Now, authorities are releasing one more photo decades after the brutal crime. And it could be the key to finding a baby, torn from her mother's dying arms.
It's a very tiny little town, very small population.
Jennifer Parker tells our Michelle Sagona nothing bad ever happens in the tiny town of Strasburg, Virginia.
There's not much crime, not really much of anything going on.
Quiet.
Very quiet.
Quiet, except for one terrible day that nobody can forget.
It's heartbreaking. And I want it to come to an end.
Jennifer's childhood friend, Selena Dalton, was funny, bright, and always cheerful.
Small girl, but a huge personality.
Firecracker.
Oh, firecracker for sure.
And she was a nervous new mom at the age of 20. Selena already had her hands full with a newborn baby girl, Allyson.
She was scared. She was young. She was really nervous. Allie was colicky, so she was very tired, but she was happy about being a mom.
Allyson Dalton is born premature, and at 10 weeks old, 8.5 pounds, the frail little girl is just starting to get her strength. Then on a warm July morning, Selena's mom kisses her daughter goodbye, not knowing it would be the last time. It's around noon when Selena's friend Kelly Fessler gets a chilling phone call from a mutual acquaintance. The voice on the line is racked with panic.
She told me that Selena was on the couch and there was blood all over her.
Blood? Kelly races to Selena's apartment, and at the front door by their friend whose face is frozen in fear.
At first, I honestly thought they were playing a trick on me. But once I got up there, then I realized it wasn't.
Kelly finds Selena stretched out on the couch, shrouded in a blanket.
She was laying on the couch, and the blanket was up over her head, and I pulled the blanket back. And then after that, it's pretty much a blur.
Kelly's mind reels at the sight of Selena covered in blood, dead. What's blurred in Kelly's memory is spelled out in the autopsy. The medical examiner's report detailing the gruesome horror of Selena's final moments. Deep stab wounds to her chest, piercing her heart, lungs, liver, and stomach. With more cuts to her hands, a clear sign that a terrified Selena fought desperately for her life.
She had been stabbed several times in the chest. We later found out it was 5 times.
Her time of death somewhere between 9:15 and 10:30 a.m. But before Kelly can even process the horror, she gets another immediate jolt of panic. Baby Allyson's crib is empty.
The baby was missing.
The baby was missing.
Kelly calls 911, then family and friends.
And what did she say?
Selena is gone. Someone took Selena's life, and I just dropped.
But there's barely enough time to mourn Selena's death. The small town launches a search for the missing 10-week-old.
This was big news.
It was huge news.
State troopers canvass every inch of the highways in and out of Strasburg, even drawing the FBI into the search.
They were getting off at every exit, every possible site that the child could be at in search. I mean, you name it, the type search you can name has been done.
But sadly, the searches turn up nothing.
It was sad. I mean, Strasburg, you know, had never had a murder like that. It's not typical of the sleepy town that it was.
No sign of baby Allyson, and little idea as to who would want Selena dead.
Have you been able to find any known enemies of Selena's?
No.
No enemies, but police do turn up one clue from an eagle-eyed neighbor who saw something odd that morning.
He heard a noise, looked out his window and saw a male putting a baby into the passenger side of a truck.
Police don't name any suspects, but people in Strasburg do have their suspicions.
Everybody believes the same thing, which is what I believe as well, that the baby's father is guilty.
What is this man's name?
Daniel Pompel.
Danny Pompel was Selena's on-again, off-again boyfriend, 10 years older than Selena.
And what did you think of him?
He was strange. I didn't like him. Didn't trust him.
Selena and Pompel did not live together, but the local papers report that authorities were called frequently to the apartment because of domestic fights.
I think once she found out she was pregnant, things took a downward spiral.
Spiraling further with disagreements over custody and support. Adding to the drama, a paternity hearing reportedly scheduled on the day of Selena's murder.
The day before everything happened, she told my mom that she was going to try to do things civilly, keep Danny out of court, do things the right way, try to keep everything calm.
And Jennifer says Selena wanted things calm for one simple reason.
She was terrified. She was scared of Danny. She was scared that he would come after her.
Pompel has, by all accounts, cooperated, answering all questions about Selena and that awful day. And police have never named a suspect or a person of interest. But private investigator Chris Borba says there's a good reason Selena's family is pointing the finger at her ex. Remember, authorities placed Selena's time of death somewhere between 9:15 and 10:30 a.m. And Danny...
He has put himself there at the scene around 9 o'clock in the morning.
He did?
Yes.
How do you know that?
He told me.
What kind of a person does something to a 10-week-old baby?
I don't think words can describe it. It's a special kind of evil.
And only one clue.
There was a neighbor that saw a man putting a baby into a truck.
Selena's friend Jennifer Parker tells our Michelle Sagona painful years of searching for answers have now turned into decades.
Murdered, her 10-week-old baby gone without a trace, and a killer on the run.
On the loose. Got away with it for 19 years. It's sickening.
But what kind of sick mind could murder a mom and steal her baby? Suspicion around the small town of Strasburg has often centered on Selena's ex-boyfriend, Danny Pompel.
Does he feel like everyone in the community was always pointing the finger at him?
Yes, absolutely.
Selena's mother filed a wrongful death suit against Danny in 2000, but it was dropped for lack of evidence. And a grand jury convened in regards to Selena's murder, but no charges were filed. Police haven't named him as a suspect or even a person of interest, and Pompel denies he had anything to do with the crime. Despite Pompel's denials, private investigator Chris Borba still had some questions and knocked on Pompel's door to find out for himself.
He said he was at that apartment at 9 o'clock that morning. He told you that?
Yes, he said he knocked on the door, no one answered, so he left.
If Pompel didn't do it, did he show any concern for his missing daughter?
I said, well, do you think she's still alive? And he looked down and said, kind of shrugged his shoulders and said she could be.
Pompel answers all the PI's questions, but Borba isn't buying it.
Why do you think he was so forthcoming with you?
Well, he said he wanted to put it behind him and move on, but it's been my experience, people want to prove they're innocent or make you think they're innocent.
In fact, Pompel says he's the one who's been victimized.
His family set up a Facebook page.
They did.
A page currently with only 12 likes called Justice for Daniel E. Pompel.
Justice for him?
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what the justice for him would be besides prison sentence.
Our Michelle Sagona tracked him down.
We're at Danny's house right now. We know he feels that he's been unfairly targeted in all of this. We have tried calling him on the phone. He has not returned our phone calls, so we'll see if he answers the door. Hi, Danny. It's Michelle Sagona from Crime Watch Daily. We're here to get your side of the story on Selena's case. Can you come to the door?
We knocked.
Danny?
And knocked.
Danny, we just want to hear from you. We want your side of things. Can you come outside?
Pompel never answered the door, but he did just recently call one of our producers here at Crime Watch Daily. He told us he does not want to do an on-camera interview, but does want to clear his name once and for all, claiming, "I did not kill her. I have no idea what happened to her. I was her friend and we had a good time together. I liked her. We were friends." Pompel went on to say he didn't know that Allyson was his child until after the DNA test came back. He said that if he knew Allyson was his child, he would have paid child support. He didn't kill her, telling our producer I am hoping they can find her. Pompel went on to say police are trying to destroy his alibi and wrecking his character.
Do you believe that baby is alive?
I do. I try to keep hope that she is alive.
Detectives are more than hoping. They're actively drumming up new leads.
They made an age-enhanced photo of Allyson from a baby until what she would look like now.
Now, Allyson would be age 19, nearly the same as her mom when she was murdered.
What is your message to someone out there who thinks they could be Allie?
If you think you're Allyson, you, of course, reach out to us. There's a pretty sure way we can tell, and that's through DNA testing.
Bringing Selena's killer to justice and bringing Allyson home might help ease the pain of Selena's mom, who now clings to these faded photos, the only reminders she has left of a huge part of her heart she lost so long ago.
She's absolutely devastated. And I can't imagine her pain never being able to look into your daughter's eyes again, and your granddaughter, in the same day you lost both of them. I can't imagine that.
One more time, take a good look at the age progression photos of Allyson Dalton. If you recognize her or if you have any information about Selena's murder, call the Virginia State Police at 1-888-300-0156